And good day, beautiful, bountiful, beloved immortal beings, and good looking people. Remember, you're good looking, so always looking for and finding the good. And here you found the goodest good possible, the greatest show about happiness, joy on the internet. Finding happiness and joy with Edwin and Barry. There is no greater show on earth. Welcome. Get ready, buckle up, because you're about to find happiness and joy. Good day, beautiful, bountiful, beloved immortal beings, and good looking people. Remember, you're good looking because you're always looking for and finding the good. You found good in abundance, overflowing because you consciously and conscientiously tuned into the Edwin and Barry show, or better for you, happiness and joy together. We are so happy, we are so joy-filled that you're joining us today, because the show, as much as everybody loves Edwin, and as much as Barry is a great guy, it's all about you. YOU, becoming the best you possible, because when you're the best you make the world a better place. You build more bridges of harmony, create more joy, happiness, peace, and love. Right, wonderful Edwin?
Yes, definitely, Barry. I am excited to be here this morning. And yes, there is no better combination than happiness and joy. And so, Barry, I am so happy to be in your space again. And you hit the nail on the head, because this is not about me and it's not about you. It's about the audience. We are here as a medium to spread happiness, to spread joy into the world. So let's go for it, Barry. Let people hear a little bit about you. Tell them a little bit, about Barry.
I will do that. I want to make mention of something, as you reminded me just before we went on, that this show is being recorded for posterity. It's the month of May in the year 2023. And people, God willing, will be watching this 100 years from now, wonderful Edwin. And so remember, May is Mental Wellness Month. Some people call it Mental Health Awareness Month. We call it Mental Wellness Month, because we understand that this coin, this currency that is the greatest currency in the world, has these two sides to the coin, happiness and joy. And when you use that currency to the best, not only will you have great mental awareness, you'll be well, and your wellness will enable you to be also, as wonderful Edwin said, a medium, a conduit of goodness for other people. Just a brief something about Barry Shore, and then we're going to ask Edwin to speak about Edwin. Imagine, if you can, standing up in the morning, hale and hearty, able to leap tall buildings in a single bound, and that evening being in the hospital totally, completely paralyzed from the neck down. That was me. Not an automobile accident, not a spinal injury, a rare disease I never heard of the day before. Took over my body in a matter of hours. I was a quadriplegic. I can only communicate by blinking my eyes. 144 days in the hospital. I was 2 years in a hospital bed. I couldn't turn over by myself. 4 years in a wheelchair. I had braces on both my legs, from my hips to my ankles. That was progress. Thank God today, wonderful Edwin, I am able to be vertical and ambulatory, as you know, with the help of a 7-foot walking wand made for me by a Zen master. But I'm a triped, not a biped. That's all. I can't walk up a stair by myself. I can't walk up a curb. I have help 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. But you hear my voice, positive, purposeful, powerful, and pleasant, because of this great word, joy, which is an acronym that stands for Journey of You. So speaking of you, wonderful Edwin, who is Edwin, and why should we be listening to you, Chief Happiness Officer?
Well, first of all, Barry, every time I hear your story, I can't help but say congratulations, because you could have just said, hey, wait a second, I didn't deserve this. Why this? And then just kind of just give up. Can you imagine the loss to the millions of people around the world if you had made that mental decision? Now, you said it correctly. May is mental wellness. Okay, no matter where you are in the spectrum, sure, if things are very tough and challenging, consult an experienced person that help you. There are wonderful people in the field that can help you. So definitely consult that. What we do know though, if you can find joy and you can find happiness, your mental wellness is on the right track. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about Edwin Edebiri, the Chief Happiness Officer. Folks, one day I do a lot of meditation, and so one day I just got up and just went on the street and I started talking to people about happiness. And one person became two, and two became three, and three became over 1,000 people that I interviewed. Folks, it was very simple. On a scale of 1 to 10, how happy are you today? That became my mode of communication. It became a very short interview. And you that is watching us right now, or maybe you're listening in the car if you cannot see the video, ask yourself that same question. On a scale of 1 to 10, how happy I am right now. Not yesterday and not tomorrow, but just right now. And then you start from there. Okay, so that's really what Edwin Debris is about. And I was really on the way of doing this interview, I met a young man that initially did not want to talk to me, but after a little bit of probing, he said, "Sure, share your story." I did, and after sharing story for about half an hour, we part our way, only to get a call from this young man the next day and and thanking me, and I'm like, why? And he said, when I stopped him yesterday, he was on his way to commit suicide. And I'm like, whoa, how is that? That's when I really started to take this whole happiness more seriously. Yes, I'm still having fun with it, but I also know that it has a meaningful impact on people's life. So, by the way, folks, if you are in that kind of frame of mind, thinking suicide stuff, please, please, please reach out to somebody. Okay, reach out to organization. Someone is out there, organization is out there that can help. You cannot go through it alone. Okay, it just make it more difficult, more complicated, and more painful. But if you can reach out and talk to somebody, I'm telling you, they can actually help to share your pain, okay? And then it become a little bit easier. It doesn't automatically go away, but they can actually help share it. They can help to reduce it. And folks, once you do that, you are on the path to gradually taking control of your mental wellness. Barry, what do you think about that?
I think that you are wonderful, Edwin. I would like to urge everybody to hear a word I'm going to use. It's a beautiful word that I'm going to sing. It's a bit long, and you might want to look it up. It's called serendipity. Serendipity. The root of serendipity is serene, to be peaceful and such. Listen to what Edwin just shared with us. Serendipity, that of all the different people he's interviewing, asking he talks to one person. And that person talked back. And then that person talked to him a little more, and then gave him the insight that, Edwin, I didn't commit suicide today because I spoke to you and you helped me. Here's a wonderful line to internalize, utilize, and leverage in your life. Serendipity is the shortcut to joy and happiness. Serendipity. Wow, look at what had just happened. Somebody called me. I was expecting that. I was hoping for that. Or this sale came in, or this thing happened. Look for and find the good in life. That's called serendipity. It's the shortcut to joy and happiness. What I love so much about Edwin is he's giving us a pathway. Pick up a phone and call someone. Ask for help. Yes. Let's not stigmatize this ability to ask for help. Being paralyzed was not easy. If I didn't have help and ask for it, I could have been in a difficult place. Yes. And I wasn't, because I had people that I could speak with. There's a word that I use for this, Edwin. It's the word loss, LOSS. Okay. It's a tough feeling for people, but it stands for lack of social support. When
Yes.
you can bring about some social support in your world, it can be one person and two people, it can be three or five. But find social support, and guess what? Serendipity, things will happen that you didn't expect. It's
Yeah.
the shortcut to joy and happiness. Wonderful Edwin. I'm going to ask you something that we did last week. I'm going to try and do it every single week together, each of us. Give everybody one practical piece that they can use to know that happiness can be guaranteed, the G
Yes.
word,
The
guaranteed,
giver.
if they do something that you're going to share with them right now. Give us one piece that will guarantee happiness.
Well, Barry, I can tell you this. People call me all the time and say, "Oh, Edwin, make me happy." And I say, "No, I cannot make you happy. I don't have that power, all right? But I can teach you how to be happy." And I have taught a lot of people how to be happy. And that is moving from happiness as an emotion to happiness as a skill. When you focus on happiness as an emotion, you are powerless. You just go through the emotional roller coaster, okay? But when you focus on happiness as a skill, you are empowered. Yes, you might still be unhappy, but you telling yourself, you know what? I can learn something about this thing, okay? So here is what you want to start to learn today. And just like my good friend Barry said, with the G word, guarantee, right? If you do this, folks, I guarantee it. And maybe, I'll tell you what, because I know Barry very well, and Barry is so generous, okay? If this doesn't work, I'll send you back to Barry and he will refund your money for you, okay? All right.
Guaranteed or your money back.
Oh, your
Actually,
money. Okay.
yeah, not
So
only that, Edwin is so good, guaranteed or double your money back.
double your money back, exactly. So here is the deal, folks. No matter what life has dealt you, no matter the curveball that you are dealing with, no matter your mental health situation, find it deep inside of you to be thankful for what you have. That's it. You are guaranteed to be happy. Just focus on what you have. And that means you're dealing with some mental health issue right now as you are listening to us. If you can find it inside of you to still be thankful for that experience, I'm telling you, you are on your way to happiness. It's guaranteed, for it. Because here is the deal. It's so easy for us to say, you know what? If I didn't have this mental health issue, I would be happy. Because look at it. Paul doesn't have mental health issue and he's happy. But guess what? You haven't got to Paul to find out Paul's story, okay? And Paul is going to say, wait a second, maybe, I have this and this. Man, if I didn't have this and this, I would be happy. But guess what? I want to be like, like Deborah, that it doesn't have this and this, that is happy. Until you get to Deborah, and Deborah is saying, wait a second, if I did not have this and this, I would be happy. I want to be like Barry, and that list goes on and on and on because we are thinking that if we have what the other person have, or if we don't have what we have, we will be happy until we meet this other person that have exactly what we have, but they are unhappy for some other reason. And then it keep coming back the cycle, and you find out one day somebody is saying, "Man, I want to be like Edwin, otherwise I'll be happy." And now you're looking at yourself in the mirror and say, "Wow, I better just be happy with what I have." Okay, and Barry, here is what is exciting about that. It has to be a complete package. You cannot pick and choose. You cannot say, okay, I will be happy if this one is not part of it, or if this one is removed, or if that one is removed. No, it's a complete package. You just have to be happy for what you have. Now, here is the point. Don't get me wrong. Being happy with what you have does not mean that you don't aspire to be better, okay? You don't aspire to be different. or you don't aspire to be more. Whatever the goal or the dream is, it does not stop you from aspiring to that. What I'm saying about being thankful for what you have is you are not letting that aspiration to stop you from being happy now. Okay, from being happy now. And Barry, before I turn it back to you, here is one point that I find out. And there's a lot of studies, body of research that support this. And it simply shows that if one person is happy and the counterpart is not happy, the happy person is more resilient, is more creative, and is more productive, and overall tends to accomplish things more. Everything has been equal. So if that is the case, imagine if you're dealing with a situation and you are able to find happiness, you are able to find joy in yourself, you are putting yourself in a position where you can deal with that situation better. And if you guys stuck with unhappiness, now you're putting yourself at a disadvantage where you have to work a little bit harder. So let's do everything humanly possible to flip the switch and say, hey, you know what? This is not my ideal situation, but guess what? I am thankful for it. That's the point I want to share, Barry. And I know you know this because you have experienced this in your own life. And that's why you are the ambassador of joy. All right, take it away.
Thank you. Wonderful, Edwin. Speaking about being thankful for what we have. Today is, in our language, we call it Thankful Thursday. I'm so thankful that Edwin agreed to be doing this together and to sharing this with the world. Tens of thousands of people right now are listening or watching and being touched. And it's so wonderful. And what we ask you to do is just share this with 5 people. Not 50, not 100, not 1,000, 5 people. So we can begin to start touching hundreds of thousands of people with this message of happiness and joy. A couple of wonderful points that Edwin mentioned. Being thankful for what you have enables you to be more creative, more resilient, and more productive. Who doesn't want that? Because the result of those 3 things, creative, resilient, and productive, will make you happier, healthier, and wealthier. Who doesn't want that? Yeah. You want to be happier? You want to be healthier? You want to be wealthier? Be creative, resilient, and productive. How do you do that? By being here now and appreciating what you have. And that is what we said before, that serendipity is the shortcut for joy. There may be some people, and I hope there are thousands of them, that tuned into this and say, well, gee, I just discovered this. Well, that's serendipity.
Yes.
I want to share with everybody just a brief understanding of the word now that wonderful Edwin has shared with us. Now is a great acronym, spelled N-O-W, right? Now is a great acronym that stands for no other way. In other words, right now, do something. So if you have a thought in your mind, okay, I'm going to do what Edwin just suggested. I like what Barry Shaw is saying. Don't do this. I'll do that later. Right now, I have to do something else. Later is the first step to never.
Wow.
You like that one, huh?
I like that one.
Do it now. Now, here's the next part of now. N-O-W, 3 little letters. When you do it now, guess what happens? You have O-W-N. You own it. Only with now. When now becomes, I'm doing this right now. Right now, I'm going to be thankful for what I have. I'm alive. I'm breathing. I may have food. I have clothes. Wow, look at all that stuff. Okay, now you own it. And then when you own it, guess what happens? You've won. W-O-N. Same letters with only now. So the now becomes your center pole, your anchor, your pad to have that Elon Musk rocket go into outer space, because that's who you are. That's how powerful you are, because you were created in the image of God. So that is our message from Edwin and Barry. Happiness and joy, that currency, when you can be thankful for what you have. Wonderful, Edwin. I want to urge again everybody to understand that what he said was it's guaranteed. We call that the G word.
Yeah.
And we guaranteed it, and or your money back, double your money back. And we're not kidding. You don't like what we're saying, you try it and it doesn't work, you reach out and talk to us. And guess what's going to happen? We're going to show you that you can be thankful for what you have. We're going to ask you, do you have water to drink? By the way, can you stand still? I can't do that. Can you walk? I can barely do that. You have a place to sleep. You have family, you have friends. All of those are miracles. So I'm going to ask Edwin to comment on this remarkable month again. Let's just give a little bit of gratitude to the month that May around the world is called mental wellness. Now you'll notice that Edwin and I term it correctly. We don't say mental health month, which other people do. So that's fine.
Right.
We've taken it to the next level. Yeah. By the way, when Edwin talks to you about the ability to teach something, I want to show you something in the word teach. It's because if you are possessing the ability to help someone else, teach them with your words, with your deeds, what it means to be happy. If you don't do that, you know what you're doing? You're cheating people. What? The same letter. Right. If you don't teach, you're a cheat. So Edwin, my dear friend, is a teacher, not a cheater. Wow. He can't contain himself because he overflows with goodness, joy, happiness, peace, and love. My dear beloved Edwin, we only have a few more minutes. Let's talk about May as mental wellness month. What does it mean to be well in your mind, your spirit?
So before I touch on that, my friend Barry, I want to kind of build a little bit on the power of now that you emphasize eloquently, okay? And I have a saying I share with people. I said, you do not allow the past nor the future to rob you of the present, okay? And I'll say that again and say it very slowly for our audience, okay? You do not allow the past nor the future to rob you of the present, because the present is the now that my friend Barry was talking about. That's where things happen. The stuff in the past is gone. Now, in the future, we don't even know if we're going to be there. And it's not being negative or anything, but we're just done. So, but here is what I know, though. How effective you are in the present almost guarantee your future. Okay. In other words, if you take care of your health right now, then there's a good chance you'll be living in the future. Okay. If you are productive right now, there's a good chance you have some money left for the future. Okay. So whatever you do right now become the foundation for your future. But you don't have to dwell on the future and you miss out on the present. It's kind of like you building a castle on the sand. You don't have a foundation. You don't have a present. So the key is you do not allow the past or the future to rob you of the present, because the present is when you are alive. The present is when you are well. So when we say mental wellness month, folks, we are saying, if you can hear this right now, that's something you should be thankful for. It's like, hey, I have ears to hear. Do you know there are folks out there that don't have ears to hear? Or if you can see me right now with all my hands moving, and you can see my good friend Barry, and all the stuff, man, you can see, you have eyes. That's something to be thankful about. Some folks don't have eyes, and so whatever it is, folks, understand this. Here is what I do want to say about May being mental wellness month. This month, folks, all the resources comes out, all the government agencies, they step up their play. All the NGO, the non-governmental, organization, they step up their play. And the average individual are a little bit more aware. Maybe before they just didn't pay attention to their friend that was struggling or their neighbor that is struggling. But this month, pay a little bit of attention. Slow down. Okay, slow down. And while you are thankful for what you have, identify people around you. People around you that might be struggling with something. Maybe you, not me, not Barry, okay, not the other guy, okay, not Paul or James, but you might just be the person that this other person has been waiting for. And then maybe before you never noticed them, but today, being May month, you now start paying attention. And then all of a sudden, you are passing. Before you pass without any kind of, a notice or gesture. But now you pass with a smile. And the person is like, whoa, he smiled or she smiled. Whoa, this person saw me, right? Folks, that smile could change everything for that person. Or you wave. And they say, wait a second, this person saw me. I'm alive. I'm alive. Whoa. Folks, the ball is in your court to have a meaningful impact on somebody else's life. Because this life is not just about us. If it is, folks, that's too much resources that we are blessed with. What makes us have a return on investment is our ability to impact other people's life. That one person that you used to pass and never pay attention, maybe this month you should pay attention. Maybe this month you should pick that phone and call that person that you say, I will never talk to for the rest of my life. And that person is wondering, what have I done? Pick that phone and call them. Put everything else aside. If anything, you're looking for a good reason, say Edwin and Barry sent you to call them, okay? Just call. And you will be surprised that you not only have had a tremendous impact on their life, but you have also had a significant impact on you. Barry, that's the way I see the May being the Mental Wellness Month.
April showers may come your way. They bring the flowers that bloom in May. Edwin, you are so wonderful to bring forth this. We have a great saying that you and I have worked with for years, actually. Everyone you meet is fighting a battle you know nothing about.
Yes.
Therefore, be kind always. KIND is a wonderful acronym. It stands for Keep Inspiring Noble Deeds. You just heard from wonderful Edwin. Talk about noble deeds. There can be nothing more noble than smiling at another human being. Nothing more noble than waving to somebody. I used to embarrass my son a lot with this. We would be parked come to a red light. Everybody stopped. And I rolled down the window and I'd wave to the people next to us. My son went, how do you do it? Wave to people that you don't know. And it makes a difference. The energy there is called being your own spiritual chiropractor. We all know what a chiropractor is. You're not feeling so great physically. You go in the chiropractor, they go, and now you're aligned. So really what we're talking about, Edwin and Barry, is aligning your thoughts in good, your speech in good, your deeds in good. There's no greater deed, as Edwin pointed out, than dialing a number and using your speech to say to somebody, just thinking about you, just want to say hello. Can you imagine? You want to say hello? This month, also interesting enough, wonderful Edwin, in America, we have an epidemic that's still going on, and it has to do with suicides by veterans. Wow. Veteran suicide rate is almost 3 times the national average, which is terrible because national average is high and veterans more so.
Yes.
There's a day called Armed Forces Day, which is May 20th. And then the end of the month, May 30th, is Memorial Day. So we're, as a nation, we're remembering the people who helped protect us. There is a great organization called Be the One, BETHEONE, BeTheOne.org, which encourages people to Find a veteran, wave to a veteran, pick up a phone. If you know somebody who is served, well, reach out and say hello. And if you don't, ask somebody if they know somebody who served and say hello and think, I don't know you. You don't know me. I just want to tell you how much I appreciate your service. And I want to emphasize something that Edwin just taught us. Remember, he's a teach. He's not a cheat. He's a teach. Here's what he taught us. Your mindset is, I'm here to serve. What happens is when you reach out and help someone else, 1, 2, 3 people over the next couple of weeks, at least 3, your benefit is greater than theirs.
Absolutely.
You've refreshed your soul.
Yes.
You've brought more energy into your life. You'll be happier. You'll be healthier. You'll be wealthier. And we guarantee it. Again, owe your money back. Cheerfully refunded. And you'll say, well, I didn't pay anything. Yes, you did. You used your most valuable currency, your time.
Your time. Yeah.
The greatest currency that you have is your time. Use it well. There is nothing more precious on this earth than a smile of another human being.
Absolutely.
Smile stands for seeing miracles in life every day.
Every day.
If you have the privilege of watching this and seeing Edwin's beaming face, well, then you've been rewarded. If you can't and you're just listening, and I hope you're smiling, it's like we're tickling you, then break out in laughter and smile. But do what he urges. Pick up a phone, call at least 3 people, please. And just say, I just want to say hello. I call to say I love you. Even if you don't, doesn't matter. Just do it. You'll be the beneficiary. You'll be happier, healthier, and wealthier. Wonderful, Edwin. I'm only sorry to say this, knowing that there's going to be many more coming up. But at this particular point, our time is at a close. And I just urge you to do something in the next 34 seconds and give everybody a taste of Edwin and just give him a big hello, a hug, and tell us something you want to happen in the next 34 seconds.
Well, Barry, I just want them to know we are going to be here every first and third Thursday of the month. Okay, you can tune in this, put it in your calendar right now. You are hearing us, lock it in your calendar every first and third Thursday of the month at 8:30 a.m. Pacific, which is 10:30 a.m. Central, and which is 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And then the rest of the world, please adjust for your time zone, okay? Every first Thursday and third Thursday of the month, you are going to be hearing my good friend Barry and my humble self Edwin. And then at some point, we're going to be asking you to send us some questions, send us some comment. Let us know what you want us to talk about. And we will definitely, cover it, because like Barry said in the very beginning of this, it's not about Barry, it's not about Edwin, it's about you. And I'm very thankful that you took some time, that very valuable time, way more valuable than money, to come and listen to us. So I'm going to encourage you, whatever is going on in your life, you should stay happy.
Woo! Very few people on the planet that I love more than that wonderful Edwin, Chief Happiness Officer, first and third Thursday of every month from now on, because we're here to serve you. It's all about you. So we're going to do 2 things with your permission, wonderful Edwin. We're going to do a group hug with tens of thousands of people around the world.
Ready.
And tell everybody what HUG stands for, and then we'll do a blessing. HUG stands for heartfelt, unlimited giving. Heartfelt, unlimited giving. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. And our blessing from Edwin and Barry is go forth. Live exuberantly. Spread the seeds of joy, happiness, peace, and love. Go mad. Go make a difference. Good day. beautiful, bountiful, beloved, immortal beings, and good-looking people. Remember, you're good-looking, so always looking for and finding the good. And here you found the goodest good possible, the greatest show about happiness, joy on the internet. Finding happiness and joy with Edwin and Barry. There is no greater show on earth. Welcome. Get ready. Buckle up, because you're about to find happiness and joy.